Hello again and welcome back to another one. And some interesting stories hit the web a few hours ago. On one end, Game's new album officially fails to set the charts on fire following Billboard's latest update, and on the other end, around this time a new report reveals a monumental record for Eminem in rap/hip-hop music related to the commercial performance of some of his classic albums. And today we also have more from Game, as a clip surfaced online that shows Game make the bold claim that 50 Cent copied his flow when they made his second most popular song on Spotify right now. So first of all, things aren't looking good for Game's Drillmatic, as after months of his press run about how no one listens to Eminem, he finally dropped his album that XXL described as the Game got assists from half of the rap music industry, with 32 guest appearances on the 31-track LP. They even added, the track list looks more like a compilation album than a solo album. But some of the, in quotes, who's who in rap music, Drake, Kanye, Wayne and others, weren't enough, as according to Billboard, Game's Drillmatic officially debuted outside the top 10 at number 12 on Billboard 200, and on the pure album sales chart, it debuted at number 34. Suffice to say that regardless of the metric of your choice, Game's new album got outsold by a compilation of old Eminem hit songs on Curtain Call 2 that opened at number 6 on Billboard 200 and number 1 on the pure album sales chart. In fact, following the performance of Curtain Call 2 that went number 1 on the album sales chart, Skylar Grey reacted on IG stories where she claimed, "Definitely regret selling my catalog now if I didn't already." We did a video on how that happened a while back, and speaking on Drillmatic, one has to wonder what went wrong. 32 guest appearances, an Eminem diss that sparked some interesting reactions even on Twitter, like I'm at the gym and Game's diss song was bumping out the speakers, so I listened, straight face emoji. The Game said Eminem got 11 albums and 10 never get played inside my car, then proceeds to make Eminem references from songs he never heard. Let me put my headphones on, laughing emojis, this is 2022. Suffice to say, it didn't hit the spot for most rap fans, but it also had 7 Jay-Z samples, so what went wrong? Moving on to the next point, coincidentally, when the Billboard update happened, Chartmasters shared an update on the top 500 albums of all time that shows Michael Jackson continued to lead the way with Thriller that hit 120 million equivalent sales around the world.
Holy sh**.
And here's some jokes before we dive into this. A few days ago on Twitter this happened. Drake really the sales goat? Who's bigger than him besides Michael Jackson? The recent update shed some light on this, as it turns out that Eminem is the only rap/hip-hop artist to have albums in the top 100. Check this out. According to Chartmasters, Eminem is the only rapper with an album, actually 2 in the top 100 most sold albums of all time, The Eminem Show 43, The Marshall Mathers LP 53. He also has 5 more albums in the top 500, Recovery, 8 Mile, Encore, Slim Shady LP, and MMLP2. Goat emoji. What a coincidence that this update drops when a rapper who claimed no one listens to Eminem just flopped on Billboard with his new album. And heading back to the post about Michael Jackson and Drake, some were perplexed by the claim, as in the US alone, there's a 30 million plus gap between Eminem and Drake according to the RIAA, and nearly a 100 million gap globally according to Chartmasters estimates. Drake's best-selling album globally is estimated at 13.2 million equivalents sold, and the best-selling rap/hip-hop album of the 2010s, Recovery, is closing in on 20 million at 19.4 million sold. And moving on to the next point today, a clip posted by The Art of Dialogue sparked some interesting reactions on Twitter. The Game says he laid down his verse first for How We Do, and 50 Cent came after him and copied his flow.
I was walking down this long ass hallway and I was like, a fresh light, Impala, and then Dre was walking back in the studio and I was like, hey, I was like, yeah. And he was like, what's that? And I'm like, what's what? And he like, what you mumbling? I'm like, don't worry about it. He like, what you mumbling? I'm like, fresh light, Impala. He was like, let's lay that. After I got done, Dre was like, yeah, I fuck with this shit. 2 weeks later, came back to the studio, 50 was on this. And it was like 50, and at this time 50 was big as fuck, so I was happy about that because we was in G Unit, but Dre had let 50 get on it, and 50 knew what the fuck it was when he heard it, so he just got on it with me, and that's how We Do was made. And Fresh Like was me, and 50 was him, but I laid it first.
And this was met with takes like, Game is going out sad, man, laughing emoji, a take that's been recurrent in the past few days on the reports about Game, and on this another expanded. 50 wrote 6 tracks on his album. The Game is one sad individual. Take the L, Game. I believe 50 Cent over this clown every day. But some completely ignored the claims made and went for his appearance in the interview. Guys wearing a nose ring and capri? And you are a Compton gangster? Wow, that made me laugh hard as F. 50 Cent and Eminem, don't worry, MF have been shopping at all the wrong stores. Looks like there's a huge gap in his brain. Whoa. That's a bit OTT, don't you think? And now some have concluded, this dude keeps embarrassing himself 100%. But over to you guys, share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.